Dating has changed. No longer do we consider being set up by our parents to be with someone who they think is the best for us. Nowadays, we get to pick and choose our future companion that we think is the best for us. And this is because our society has shifted in a more liberal way of living. But have you noticed another shift that has been ongoing since this past decade? Mostly because of the internet, which has given us the access to millions of potential partners in just a matter of seconds, which consequently has made the dating world into a chaotic mess of all types of people, making it almost impossible to trust others and their intentions. Why has modern dating turned into such a toxic environment nowadays? And what can we do as individuals in order to solve this huge problem that nobody seems to talk about? What is up, guys? My name is Dragan, and in today's video I'll show you the problem with modern dating today and how can we make it a bit better than it is now. Just quick before we get started, make sure to subscribe and click on the bell next to the subscribe button so that you never miss new videos like this that are coming out every single weekend. To better understand the main problems concerning, the dating world, let's first look at how does the dating world look like for men and for women. For us guys, in order to be given even a chance, you must be a stand-up comedian. And if you don't perform well, instead of booze or getting tomatoes thrown at you, you are greeted with silence, or now more known as ghosting. You have to be ready with a lot of pictures and videos to showcase that you're an interesting person. You have to be full of witty lines, great jokes, good stories to tell, and the end result from all of this effort is that you're probably going to get ghosted anyways. And the saddest thing is that this doesn't just happen to, the hottest chicks that you can attract. This is also applicable for your girl next door, and this is so disappointing because even if you do everything right with her, you can get ghosted just as easily as someone who is above average. For girls, dating for you is like shopping at a bazaar. You are greeted by a lot of guys who try to talk to you since they want you to know that they have the best things and will even offer you a drink just to buy the item. While it may be fun for a while to look at all of the things that each guy has to offer, it gets exhausting to say no to quite a lot of pushy sellers over and over again. Even though you have a ton of options to pick and choose from, it gets quite tiring to pick which guy out of everyone is the best choice, or in this case, which seller is giving you the best offer. Now, after we have understood how does the dating world look like for most men and women, let's see at what's actually causing it to be like this. Mainly, it boils down to two things: endless options and commitment issues. Have you heard about the paradox of choice? If you haven't, it basically means that while we consider variety as a good thing, at the same time, it makes our decisions much more challenging. To better understand how does this apply in the dating world today, let me show you an example. You have met someone online and the date went quite well. You probably want to see them again, but you can't help noticing their tiny flaws. Your online profile is sitting there on your phone, and you just can't shake off the feeling that there could be someone else on that dating app that would be an even better fit for you. In the book Paradox of Choice, the author describes this way of thinking as maximizing, and I quote, "Maximizers treat relationships like clothing, where they expect to try a lot on before finding the perfect fit." For a maximizer, somewhere out there is the perfect lover, the perfect friends, and even though there is nothing wrong with the current relationship, who knows what's possible if you keep your eyes open. But the thing is, if you're always holding out for something better, chances are that you're probably going to end up with nothing. That, or you're going to realize that you have left all of the good options in the cold and you'll end up with someone who is not the right fit for you. Ultimately, while dating apps bring us closer to someone who we might never encounter in, real life situations, the choice overload they cause makes it even more difficult to make a genuine connection. So to avoid falling in this abundance trap, if you think you've met someone that has the potential to be something good, just give it a shot and see where things go. Otherwise, you might be holding out for a fairy tale that's probably never going to happen. Commitment issues have been spreading like a plague these past few years, and this actually ties back to the choice overload, because how can you trust someone if you're always on the hunt for something better? When you have this mindset, you have this fear of making the wrong choice because you are afraid that you're going to regret entering in that relationship and then see someone better, but because now you're cuffed, you can't be with them. Also, commitment implies to follow through on what you've promised, and in today's age, more and more people would rather not take the risk to promise anything to anyone, because if you do so, you are being held accountable for your actions. So what's the solution to all of this? Believe it or not, it's actually quite simple. If you want a better experience in the dating world, you have to own up to the actions that you have taken so far, and then make some tough decisions on how can you make yourself more ethical towards your future potential partners. When you decide to raise your standards towards cultivating healthy relationships, you'll see real improvements with the people you socialize with, because from this point on, you'll start to get along with those who have the same mindset as you do. And remember, you can't control other people. So even if you come across people who are not on the same page as you, just simply move on from them and find the right partners, because they were not, right for you in the first place, and that is totally okay. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this one, there are plenty of other videos similar to this one, so make sure to subscribe and click on the bell next to the subscribe button so that you never miss new videos like this coming out every single weekend. Love y'all, and peace.